Okay. Paul Ryan on Face the Nation says a point basically that we have been making, that what's going to happen when Donald Trump becomes president? Well, Donald Trump is going to sit and eat meatloaf and tweet and insult middle schoolers that didn't show him the proper respect on a visit. Then he'll ask Ivanka if she could come over and watch a movie with him. And then he is going to sign the regressive, far right, deeply damaging, anti-poor, anti-middle class, anti-American, anti-global future agenda of the far right Congress as led by Paul Ryan himself. Here's Paul Ryan giving away the store on Face the Nation.
More accountability. And yes, we want to have a president that will help us get these things over the finish line, and that's why we're all supporting our nominee.
Let me ask you about debt. You mentioned debt. You have worked with the Center for Responsible Budget. They've scored the Trump plan as creating $5.3 trillion in increased debt.
Yeah, I don't know if I would agree with that particular score. We are offering a tax reform plan that the Tax Foundation and others have looked at, which is very responsible, which we think, according to the Tax Foundation...
But is Donald Trump's responsible?
Well, I haven't looked at the details. His latest plan, you're talking about his tax plan, his latest tax plan was much closer to the one we're offering.
But it still has a huge deficit number. He doesn't want to touch entitlements.
So obviously, we are offering, again, comprehensive health care and entitlement reform. We think we'll have a nominee. We think Donald Trump will be more than willing to work with us on this. But more importantly, on the tax plan, you've got to get tax rates down to create more economic growth. Our plan does that. His plan is similar to ours, so I think we're all going in the right direction.
But do voters know that? I mean, presidential campaigns tend to control the conversation.
They sort of suck the oxygen out of it.
Suck the
I've
oxygen
noticed that. Yeah, I know. I've been involved in those.
You've got the pamphlet. You're doing what you can. But Donald Trump he's driving the bus here. And he's driving the bus with a plan that has a much bigger deficit than you would ever allow. He's not going to touch entitlements. He's offering plans for maternity leave that Rush Limbaugh says are not conservative. He's the one driving the bus. These are his plans. I guess the question is, what is a voter to think about?
Yeah.
Isn't the bus going to go in his direction?
No, I think, back to our earlier point, Congress writes these laws. Congress is the one that writes the laws, that puts them on the president's desk. And our Congress is offering very specific solutions. And I know from talking to Donald Trump repeatedly about these things that we have someone that is going to work with us on putting these reforms in place.
There you go. That's exactly what we have been saying. All Congress needs to do, and all Paul Ryan needs to do, and all Mike Pence needs to do is they need to have a number of people to distract Donald Trump with shiny objects, to get him to rallies, to inflate his ego, to praise him. Maybe one person to, give him the wrong codes to nuclear football so he doesn't launch something. And then what's going to happen with the rest of the time? Well, the agenda that Paul Ryan has been working on his entire political career. Destroy the American social safety net, deregulate, give away the store to the Koch brothers, give away the store to the corporate sector, increase poverty. All of it is going to get rushed through a Republican Congress, and Donald Trump is going to sign it. And then he's going to nominate a crazy nominee to the Supreme Court. And the only out-of-the-box, unexpected move he might do is Peter Thiel. And if you think that Donald Trump, which, by the way, his maternity leave plan is horrible, and it says a lot that it's literally a maternity leave plan. Think about the realities of a plan that only gives leave to mothers in today's world. It's also in the top of other regressive policies. But even that being said, do you think that Donald Trump is going to go to the mat for a maternity plan? You would have to be out of your fucking mind to think that. Paul Ryan just explained what's going to happen. You're going to get Donald, and here's the subtext. We need to get babysitters for Donald Trump. We need to make sure that he's constantly given his meatloaf and he's able to promote his water and he gets to have fun being president. Then we need to have someone who makes sure that he doesn't, send off a nuke, although certainly we don't have a problem with him actually probably engaging in some periodic bombings here and there because we're into that sort of thing. And then we whip through the neo-Victorian far-right agenda that we've been trying, and he signs all of it. That's what's going to happen, period.
Hey folks, Sam Seder here. I just got back from a company-wide meeting. Accounting is really coming down on me hard. We need to get to 100,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So please enjoy this channel. Subscribe right down there.